This is the Turf Zone Podcast, your central information and news hub, bringing together professionals from turf associations across multiple states to share things to help you in your business. Brought to you in partnership with our friends at the Alabama Turfgrass Association. Now, let's get in the zone.
Welcome to the Turf Zone. In this episode, we feature an article titled Spotlight on Distinguished Service Award Honoree. He had a passion for people. Dr. Higgins, you will be missed. This year's Distinguished Service Award has been awarded posthumously to Jeff Higgins, Ph.D. Jeff passed away on April 8, 2022, and was survived by his wife, Stacy, and their children, Halle and Carter Ridgeway. Professionally, although he wore many hats, he was foremost an educator who helped generations of golf course superintendents and other professional turfgrass managers succeed through science and good management practices, not only in Alabama, but internationally. We offer our condolences to his family. Dr. Higgins will be greatly missed. Jeff grew up on a cotton and soybean farm in northeast Alabama in the small town of Center. As a kid, Jeff's career plans were to stay home and run the family cotton farm. However, his dad, a farmer who owned an agricultural distribution business, was wise enough to know the importance and value of higher education. Jeff spent 10 years in college in the pursuit of his education. He was awarded his Bachelor of Science degree in Plant Protection and Pest Management from Auburn University. Jeff then received his Master of Science degree in Weed Science from Auburn University under the direction of Dr. Harold Walker. Jeff attributed his success to Dr. Walker and the work ethic and knowledge gained while working under his supervision. With Dr. Walker, Jeff was exposed to a wide range of herbicide research. Jeff pursued his Ph.D. in agronomy with emphasis in weed science and turfgrass physiology from Clemson University. Following that, he returned in the turfgrass industry for over 30 years, working in every aspect of the turfgrass business, from academia, chemical and fertilizer basic manufacturing, fertilizer and chemical distribution, golf course and sports field construction, and end user. Jeff started his career after college working with Monsanto. He helped develop, commercialize, and launch Dimension Turf herbicide, a product that is still used and trusted today, overseeing it from a numbered experimental compound to commercialization into the turfgrass and ornamental markets. Once this product was in the market for 2 years, Monsanto wanted him to move to Japan and be the country manager over Asia Pacific, Australia, Japan, and Malaysia. At that time, Jeff decided to move back to his roots. Back home in Alabama, Jeff worked for Southern Turf Nurseries as their agronomist in the golf course and sports field construction area. He gained much knowledge with this experience that proved to be invaluable later in his career. After employment at Southern Turf Nurseries, Jeff went back to Auburn University as Dr. Coleman Ward's replacement as Extension Turfgrass Specialist for the state of Alabama. He expected this to be his last job in the turfgrass industry and planned to retire at Auburn University, but fate took another turn. Offered the Director of Marketing position at Purcell Technologies, Jeff accepted. While at Purcell, Jeff worked closely with both Harrells and Simplot, as Purcell had joint ventures with these two companies. He was instrumental in developing the program at Farm Links that was termed the PTI Tour and later became known as the Experience at Farm Links. This program was used to demonstrate product and provide education on fertilizers and their use to customers all over the world. He provided fertilizer education to over 10,000 customers over this 10-year span at Purcell. Following Agrium Advanced Technologies, AAT, purchase of Purcell Technologies, Jeff accepted a position with Valley Crest Golf Course maintenance in Calabasas, California, where he was the head agronomist and directed the maintenance of 75-plus golf courses across the U.S. Instead of selling to customers, Jeff became an end user himself. The 8 years at Valley Crest were a great experience and proved to be educational and broadened Jeff's understanding of the turfgrass industry. He established some key relationships with several turfgrass distributors, as well as other large golf course management companies at this time. These relationships proved to be invaluable over time. Following his tenure at Valley Crest, he accepted a position with Harrell's as Vice President of Business Development on their executive team, primarily focusing on the management of national accounts. This was a great opportunity, and he experienced a great deal of success. But after 6 years at Harrell's, Dr. Higgins' career took another turn. Simplot, a very large and diverse family-owned company based out of Boise, Idaho, was interested in expanding its footprint in the eastern U.S. Jeff had worked closely with Simplot in the past with a joint venture while at Purcell. The relationships formed back then were the basis of the opportunity to oversee this expansion for Simplot. While at Simplot Turf and Horticulture, Jeff created and led a team of over 60 employees. He oversaw their growth and expansion into the Southeast and beyond. Jeff's success can be directly attributed to his fondness for people and his ability to form tight connections and relationships. Customers will remember him as a brilliant scientist who was a trusted advisor and a wonderful communicator regarding the complex world of agronomy. Relationships were the driving factor in Jeff's life and dictated his every move. Anyone who ever met Jeff will remember him as the fun-loving, generous, extravagant, flamboyant, selfless, loving man who loved God and who loved people. Thank you, Dr. Higgins. We will miss you. For all resources associated with this article, check out our show notes. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at theturfzone.com.
You've been listening to The Turf Zone. For more episodes of The Turf Zone, visit theturfzone.com and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app.